What's up, everybody? Buckle in, because Tiffany Henyard, the now former mayor of Dolton, is back in the spotlight in a way nobody saw coming. And no, this isn't about another one of her wild press conferences or some flashy stunt meant to grab headlines. This time, it's something different, something bizarre. Tiffany just dropped her autobiography and slapped a jaw-dropping $99 price tag on it. That's right, $99. The kind of money you'd expect to spend on a designer handbag, a fancy steakhouse dinner, or maybe a pair of Jordans, but definitely not on a paperback you couldn't even find in the Walmart clearance aisle. So now the big question is this. Is this her bold move to stage a political comeback? Or is it just her latest scheme to cash in on the chaos she left behind? Either way, the buzz is deafening. And trust me, the way Dolton residents are reacting, it's fiery, it's brutal, and it just might leave you speechless. Stick around, because the details, they're even juicier than you think. If you've been following Henyard's saga, you already know. Her political career has never been boring. From the very start, it's been a full-blown roller coaster of scandal, spectacle, and high drama. She wasn't just Dolton's mayor. She was also the supervisor of Thornton Township at the same time. 2 major positions, 2 massive salaries, double the power. And what did she do with all that influence? She built a record straight out of corruption thriller, lavish spending sprees, endless rumors of misconduct, federal investigations swirling around her office, and the cherry on top, a $10 million budget hole that sent taxpayers into panic mode. Fast forward to Election Day, February 2025, boom, she's out, swept from both offices in one clean strike. Jason House takes the mayor's chair. State Senator Napoleon Harris slides in as township supervisor. Overnight, Henyard goes from being the most powerful woman in the area to holding absolutely nothing. Now here we are just months later, and somehow she's back. Not with a press conference, not with a campaign announcement, but with a $99 book. A memoir, she claims, that will finally tell her side of the story. The big question, is this going to be an unfiltered defense of her actions? Or is it just another hustle, a cash grab dressed up in glossy cover art with a price tag that screams desperation? Back in June 2025, Henyard started building hype for this release. She jumped on social media, flashing smiles and videos, promising that her autobiography would set the record straight once and for all on the chaos, the accusations, the decisions she made while running Dolton. But this wasn't going to be your average political memoir, at least not with a price tag like that. $99. To put that in perspective, most political memoirs, whether by presidents, governors, or A-list celebrities, go for $20 to $30. Standard pricing. But Henyard's? 3 times that. Which instantly begs a question. What exactly is in this book that makes it worth nearly $100? According to Henyard, it's stacked with her truth on the biggest scandals of her career. The FBI raids that shook Dolton, the financial disaster exposed by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot's audit, and even that eyebrow-raising land deal involving her boyfriend, a deal that got subpoenaed earlier this year. She's pitching it as raw, honest, explosive. But here's the catch. People in Dolton have heard that pitch before. And the number one question floating around right now is this. Will she actually spill real, never-before-heard secrets from behind the scenes? Or is this just a polished PR stunt, carefully staged to keep her name alive in headlines? So far, the reviews? Brutal. Over on the Dolton Politics Facebook page, residents are ripping into her. One blunt comment summed it up. She's still trying to milk Dolton dry. And honestly, can you blame people for being skeptical? The mood in Dolton right now is pure frustration. It's in every corner of the community. You see it in the comments section. You hear it in conversations at the gas station. You catch it in the eye rolls of people waiting for coffee. The wounds from Henyard's time in office haven't healed. They're still raw. One resident posted, $1.99? I wouldn't pay $9 for her lies. Another went even further, calling the whole book a scam to bankroll her next scheme. And this isn't just petty gossip. This anger is coming from people still digging themselves out from the mess she left behind. Unpaid bills stacked to the ceiling, a police department stripped bare, and a multi-million-dollar deficit hanging over Dolton like a storm cloud. And let's not forget the infamous FOIA lawsuit where Henyard was held in contempt of court until July 2025. That's still fresh in everyone's memory. So here's the question. If she refused transparency in office, why would anyone believe she's suddenly going to start now? Still, believe it or not, there's a small circle of supporters holding out hope. They're convinced that maybe, just maybe, this book could be Henyard's chance at redemption. They think she might finally pull back the curtain, exposing what they call political power plays, media bias, or backroom deals that unfairly painted her as a villain. Could this be the shocking plot twist that rewrites her story? Or is her reputation already carved in stone, too deep to ever undo? One thing for sure, the saga isn't over. And now I gotta ask you, would you personally drop $99 on Tiffany Henyard's tell-all? Or does it feel like just another chapter in a very long, carefully calculated game? Now let's talk timing, because this part is wild. Henyard's $99 tell-all is hitting shelves at the exact same moment Dolton is trying to rebuild from the wreckage she left behind. Jason House, the man who replaced her, has been running his Dolton United campaign, pushing transparency, launching audits, and actually delivering on reforms she never touched. We're talking free CTA rides for residents, new oversight rules, and concrete steps to repair the financial crater she left. Meanwhile, Henyard's move feels less like a thoughtful memoir and more like a desperate grab for attention, and maybe a quick payday. Let's be honest, she didn't just lose her election, she got demolished. Jason House crushed her with 3,896 votes to her humiliating 536. That's not just a defeat. That a career obituary. So what's the end game here? Is she trying to rewrite her legacy? Plant seeds for a comeback? Or is this just about raising fast cash to cover her FOIA battles? Or even brace for something bigger the FBI may already have lined up? Right now, Dolton is deep in recovery mode. Jason House is digging through the wreckage, overseeing full-scale investigations into what actually happened under Henyard's watch. And don't forget, but hey, politics is unpredictable. Maybe she's still got a couple of aces tucked away. Either way, you better believe we'll be watching every single move. If you're leaning towards scam, hit that like button. If you think she's actually ready to drop real truths, comment with what you think she's hiding. And if that $99 price tag made you laugh, choke on your drink, or just shake your head in disbelief, you know exactly what to do. Subscribe, smash that bell, and stick with us. Because the second this story shifts, we'll be right here breaking it down for you.